Before we start today's video, if you would like to join my Discord server, link will be in the description and will also be in a pinned comment. So if you'd like to join, then you can check them out there. Anyway, into the review. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Fiat 500e, and it's basically the third generation of Fiat 500, except this time it's electric only. Now we all know the original Fiat 500, which is this tiny machine here. It's so good that even the guy in the back is not even looking at it. Absolutely brilliant. We have the second generation of Fiat 500, which is this, and they even created an electric version of the second generation of Fiat 500. That probably sounds like a lot, so I hope you understood all of that. But anyway, if you did understand that, let's get on with the reviewing. The exterior. Well, I really like the front of this car. I like how there's a bit of LED within the bonnet. I like how there's a bit within the main bumper. And of course, you have the other circle LED light at the lower bit of the bumper, which is kind of reminiscent of the previous 500. So that I really like. I think the 500 in the middle also works with the 3 stripes that go across it, and that grille also works. Normally I don't like how lights are separated within the bonnet and then in the bumper, but you know, it just works with this and I have no reason why, no explanation. The side profile, well, it kind of looks like a Fiat 500 except it looks sportier. When I say sportier, I don't mean a bath sporty, I just mean like a sporty trim. The wheels look really good on this specific model, and I think the overall shape just works. It works a lot better than the previous Fiat 500, so that is obviously a good point. The rear I do like as well. I think overall it is a good shape, and the lights also work. Besides this bit, the lights at the bottom, as you know, I do not like them at all. I absolutely hate those, but otherwise the rear is nothing you can really complain about. The interior, well, I really like this interior. I think it's designed really well. It looks really good, and it's so simple as well. You got your infotainment screen, which is right there, right where you can see it. You obviously got your climate control buttons, which are right below it, and then more buttons which are below that, and obviously you got more buttons as well. So simple to see, so simple to use. There's literally nothing to complain about. I don't know if the buttons are like touch sensitive, so if they are, then that's obviously a bit of a problem, because they might work, I might not, but if they're not, then that's obviously a better point. And obviously you got your gauge cluster. I say gauge cluster, it's a digital cockpit, which is also easy to see and easy to use. I'd sit in here happily for hours, not even driving it, because it's just so simple to use. The performance, well, you get 2 battery packs with this. The first battery pack you get is a 24 kWh battery. Electric motor of course, because it's an electric car. 93 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. It weighs in at 1,255 kilograms, which I will admit is heavy for a car of that size, but don't forget it is an electric car, so it's going to be heavy because of all the batteries. Gearbox is obviously your 1-speed drive, automatic. 0 to 60 is 9.2 seconds, and the top speed is 84 miles an hour. And that's obviously if you get the basic cars, you get this battery and electric motor. However, if you get a high spec car or mid spec car, you obviously get this one, a 42 kWh battery pack, which is quite a bit bigger. Your electric motor of course. Power has been increased to 116 horsepower, however torque stays the same at 162. It weighs in at 1,365 kilograms, and I think you can tell by my voice, if the mic picks it up good enough, that that is extremely shocking. That is a lot for a car that size. I will admit, yes, it's the batteries, but still, that is a lot. It's more than 110 kilograms more than the previous one. That is a lot. Gearbox is the same, your 1-speed drive automatic. 0 to 60 has been improved to 8.7 seconds, so that is pretty nippy, I will give you that. Top speed has also been improved to 93 miles an hour. Practicality, and well, this is where the Fiat 500 struggles. The boot is only 185 litres big, which I know it's not supposed to be big. This car is not big and this boot's not supposed to be big, I get that. However, it's still not that big, and because it's not that big, it's not that versatile. Let me put it to you like this. The Honda E has a boot that's about 10 or 12 litres less. So this beats it on the Honda E, and the Honda E is a rival of this Fiat 500 electric. However, the Mini Cooper E, which is also a rival of this, has a boot that's bigger by about 10 or so litres. Now I know this doesn't matter, but say you had the Honda E and the Mini Electric, there'd be about 20-25 litres between them, and the Fiat would sit right in the middle. So the Fiat is not the worst, but it's not the greatest either, let's put it like that. But however, what is bad is the leg and headroom. There's no other word to put it, it's and I mean legroom is tighter than ever. I don't know what it's like in the previous one. It's tight. Headroom is also tight. Just don't put anyone in the back, please. There's no point in it. You'll just be disappointing and annoying others. Just don't bother, please. However, it does pick up with the handling. So for a small electric car, it handles really well. I've read some reviews online, and some of them say that electric cars like this, really small ones, don't have the most sophisticated suspension. That's what I've heard anyway, so they don't handle that well. However, the suspension on this is a bit more advanced. It handles decent enough for an electric car. Compared to a normal car, no. Compared to small, tiny city electric cars, yes. And it also rides decently well. You can possibly feel the bumps quite a bit because of the stiff suspension, because of the weight, so that the body doesn't roll. However, overall, the ride quality isn't bad and the comfort is, well, also good. Is there anything else worth noting? Well, you can also get a convertible version of the Fiat 500. So, there you go. If you want to have your head above the roof, then you go do that with this one. And talking about range, so the 24 kWh battery pack has a range of 112 or 120 miles, and I found both figures on the internet, so I put a slash there. The 42 kWh battery pack does 199 miles. Now, as we well know, this is obviously bullshit. The range is never gonna be this, because real world driving is obviously a lot different to the tests they do. If you have the climate control on, air conditioning, drive at higher speeds, that range will significantly drop. So obviously do not believe that. But either way, I've read some reviews and the range is not too bad, so it is quite decent enough. So if you are new to electric cars, then do not believe what they say. You know, believe the other reviews that actually test the car. Don't believe the website. Believe actual reviews, because the website will make you think that it can do this miles, but then the review will tell you it can actually do this in their real world tests. So believe them, please, I beg you. I don't know why I've even put this here. I should have put what the real world is. But, you know, this is what the company says, this is what Fiat says, so, you know, what can you do? You know what, I'm going to tell you now. 24 kWh battery apparently can do 80 to 90 miles. And the 42 one can do about 120. So there you go, I've made the review a bit better. So, what is the verdict? Well, the pros are, the interior is really nice. The exterior is nice all around, except for those two lights at the bottom. There is a bigger battery pack offered, a 42 kWh battery pack, which is pretty big for a car that size. So if you don't want the 24 one, then you got the 42 one, so you're good all round. It is nippy around town, because it's an electric car, you got instant torque, and a lot of torque for that matter. Especially if you get the 42 kWh one, it is pretty nippy, especially there. It has decent comfort and it has decent handling, and the 42 kWh battery pack does have decent range at 120 miles, so that's not too bad at all. The cons, and there's only two really to be honest, is the fact that the rear seats are well cramped, and that the boot is well mediocre. I put mediocre because it's not the worst in its class. You have the Honda E for that, that's worse. But anyway, that concludes the review of the Fiat 500e. If you would like to check out my main channel... Oh, bye bye. Or not.
Darren, you're stupid.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh. No, Darren!
No, he's not okay. He's a bloody idiot. Link will be in the description below. Normally I blur a car and I get you to guess it in the comments below. But someone on my Discord server has said that they wanted to see the M4 GTS. So that review will be next week. And if you do join my Discord server, you can tell me what car you'd like to see as well. And you can also do it in the comments of these videos. So you have two ways of doing it if you'd like. But either way, that concludes the review of the Fiat 500e. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.